Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting review. I have the Gletcher Grach here, non-blowback, metal slide. This is a CO2 BB pistol. I have done a full tabletop review, so check that out. I'm not sure how this gun's going to do. I have a feeling there might be something wrong with the valve on here. It doesn't seem to be shooting that hot, but we're just going to test it as is because that's what I do. It's supposed to get up in the 400s, so let's see how we do. I will be shooting it in single action. Maybe I'll try a little bit of both. Let's try this out. 375, that's okay, I guess. We'll try double action. 357. Error. Single action. 351. 343.3. And we'll just finish off with that. 330. So not super high performance. It's about 15 degrees today, so the temperature is fine. I've been keeping the gun nice and warm inside. Brand new CO2 using RWS. Probably, I think they're about 5.1 grain steel BBs. So zinc coated steel BBs. This gun is super quiet. This is telling me that there's not a lot of CO2 coming out of the through the valve through the gun. So the valve is not opening up that much. It's super quiet. So that's probably a valve thing. Maybe the valve is set up a little tight or something, but maybe I'll have to test out another one at some point and see if it shoots a little hotter. But we will go back now. We will do our accuracy test. 350 feet per second is going to be fine for accuracy. It's pretty consistent, so I would expect it to do all right, at least in accuracy terms. All right, let's head back. All right, we're all set up. 30 feet back, semi-rested position. You can see here I got a sandbag up front. I'm just freestanding in the back. Works well for me. Can usually get pretty tight groupings. Now it's not clamped in a vise, so there is some human margin for error. So I would imagine it would get a tighter grouping if we had it clamped in a vise. Let's be realistic here. I'm not the world's greatest shot, but I'm okay. And so we're going to put 10 rounds, 30 feet down in this paper target. This gun is shooting a little lower velocity than I was expecting, about 350, between 300 and 350, which is perfectly fine for target shooting, and we should have no problem with consistency that way. So let's hopefully see how this gun does. I notice sometimes the trigger is a little tight up the first shot here. Oh, well, you know what? We'll turn that off, and we'll give this a second try because I had the safety on. Here we go. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, going to shoot single action. This might be the last one. Try one more here. That's it. Oh, there was one more in there. That one might have been kind of off too. I wasn't really taking it serious, but I think that's it. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. That is a really nice group. Okay, well, this gun lacked a little bit in feet per second. It made up in accuracy for sure. That's like about a 1 inch, maybe a hair over a 1 inch group, and pretty well centered. Just a little low, a little to the left, but pretty close. I don't believe these sights are adjustable, but that's pretty darn close at 30 feet. You're going to hit pop cans all day long with this gun. I do have to say, when the magazine is loaded up, the spring is really tight because of the way that the BBs kind of feed as you shoot it. I don't know if you can see that here. But because of the way that it pushes it forward as you pull the trigger, the tighter the spring, the harder the trigger draw is in the first stage while it's moving a BB into the chamber. So keep that in mind. You might want to load this gun up like with maybe 10 to 15 rounds because I found that when it's fully loaded, the trigger is really bindy at the beginning. But you know what? The trigger is actually pretty nice. There's a little bit of, you feel a little tiny bit of binding as that BB is being placed in the chamber. After that, the second stage of the release is quite nice. As you can see, it allowed for some really accurate shooting. Excuse me. Now, I can't remember if I said it, but it was 15 degrees when I did the chrono test, so that's not too hot, not too cold. It's a pretty good temperature to do testing. 20 degrees would be better. That's Celsius, by the way. So, nice gun. Not sure why it wasn't getting more in the 400s. Could be dependent on this particular magazine, and the valve just happened to be releasing a little bit less CO2. But on the plus side, this gun is super quiet. So if you're looking for a real quiet shooter for your backyard, you don't want to make a lot of noise, then check out the Gletcher Grach non-blowback. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also check out my tabletop review for this gun that I've already made. And come on down to Replica Airguns, our Canada and US stores, where we sell air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Until next time, take care.